Coming up right now, the suspect in a fatal shooting in Shawnee in court today for a hearing on several motions.
We have the latest from the courtroom on those motions filed by Gavin Locke's attorney and what's next in this case. Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. The alleged gunman in a 2017 shooting that left a Lima teenager dead was back in Allen County Common Pleas Court this morning.
Gavin Locke appearing before Judge Jeffrey Reed this morning for a motion hearing where several motions, including to suppress evidence surrounding his interrogation about events that happened on March 27th, 2017, were presented before the judge. Detective Jack Miller with the Shawnee Police Department was brought to the stand talking about details about that interrogation when 19-year-old Demir Oliphant was found dead in front of the boarded up Taco Bell on Shawnee Road. Locke is currently facing a 5-count indictment, including trafficking drugs, kidnapping, involuntary manslaughter, and 2 counts of murder, all of which he has pleaded not guilty. Judge Reed says he'll submit and review the evidence presented and decide whether or not he will allow the motion to suppress. Locke will be in the courtroom again February 9th for another motion hearing.
The man wanted in that widely watched video showing a huge fight at the Lima Waffle House the day after Christmas has been caught and makes an appearance in court. 26-year-old DeCorian Dawson pleaded not guilty in Lima Municipal Court today to an assault charge. He was arrested last night around 11:30 at a Lima bar by Lima police officers in the Allen County Sheriff's Office. The court issued a bond of $5,000. The warrant for assault was issued in relation to the December 26th brawl at the Waffle House. Dawson is allegedly seen in the video throwing punches, including attacking a woman involved in the fight. He also faces an aggravated robbery with a gun indictment for a different case, along with failure to appear and another suspicion of robbery warrant.
The man who allegedly came up with the murder scheme that a Delphos man carried out is sentenced for his part in the crime. 20-year-old Brandon Fitzpatrick of Kentucky was with Delphos native Anthony Arriaga when he killed coal executive Bennett Hatfield in a West Virginia cemetery in May of 2016. He was sentenced to life in prison with a chance of parole after 15 years. Arriaga received the same sentence back in December. Bennett was visiting his wife's grave when he was killed in an attempt to steal his truck.
Construction for the Hall of Justice is expected to...
Thanks, Aaron. Coleman Professional Services and Mercy Health St. Rita's holding a regional meeting talking about a cooperative program designed to help those with opiate addictions. This is called Linkage and is put on by both Coleman and St. Rita's, who work together to be sure that those struggling with addictions to opioids like heroin or... Former U.S. Representative Dennis Kucinich has picked an Akron City Councilwoman as his running mate in the Ohio governor's race. The 71-year-old Democrat announcing Tara Samples as his lieutenant governor pick at an event this afternoon. Kucinich called it an honor of his life to stand beside Samples. He described her as a highly regarded community leader, volunteer, and political activist. First elected to Akron City Council in 2013, Samples is a paralegal and former court bailiff and U.S. Postal Service employee. Kucinich faces former federal consumer watchdog Richard Cordray, ex-state lawmaker Connie Pillich, state senator Joe Schiavone, and Ohio Supreme Court Justice William O'Neill in the Democratic Party to succeed term-limited Republican Governor John Kasich. Republicans running are Ohio Attorney General Mike DeWine and Lieutenant Governor Mary Taylor.
The Cincinnati Zoo says there will be plenty more of Fiona in year 2. The celebrity hippopotamus should about double in size in 2018 after growing from a dangerously low 29 pounds at premature birth to nearly 700 pounds now. And while her curators are focusing on helping her learn typical zoo routines and become a full-time hippo, the zoo's publicists are sorting through a continuing onslaught of potential tie-ins. Fiona-themed t-shirts, books, ornaments, and even beer brought in an estimated $500,000 last year, while the zoo's attendance spiked some 15% and its social media blew up. Coming soon, a Fiona book by the zoo's director, a Cincinnati Reds Fiona bobblehead, and Fiona's Cove at the Cincinnati Home and Garden Show. But first, of course, there's Saturday's big birthday bash.
Well, don't go too far. Up next is Chief Meteorologist Jesse Mag. He's timing out this warming trend along with our next chance for rain. Stay with us.
With Otterbeins Post Acute Care, it's all about reemerging as a